for subscribing to my channel. For all the recent subscribers who have subscribed to this channel, thank you so much. I really want to appreciate your time and efforts in subscribing to this channel, and I really hope that you will get the most value out of this channel. And please watch all the videos that I have already uploaded over here, and let me know in case you have any concerns, if you have any doubts, if you have any questions. Please feel free to comment below and I will be happy to respond back. Okay, thank you so much. This is Luv Johar. So in this particular training video, what exactly we will discuss is everything about interview, everything about a job interview, where you have gone for a job interview, where you are sitting on the other side of the table in front of a IT manager, or in front of a IT security manager, or in front of a CISO, corporate information security officer, or in front of a BISO, which is business information security officer, or a LISO, or a local information security officer. So I mean, what I mean to say is, you can be sitting in the other side, on the other side of the table, in front of any of the chief security personnel of that particular organization, and he might be he might ask you about some different questions, some random questions, in terms of the IT security these days, in terms of what are the different best practices that you can actually implement for information security. So this question is a very wide angle question and can be thrown at anyone. Okay, so this is a curveball. If not handled properly, it can jeopardize your interview. Okay, trust me on that. So there can be a number of questions which people can ask you in ISO 27001 interview. What I would like to ask personally, and what I have seen on most of the Google forums out there, are some very common interview questions that I would like to discuss in this particular video. Are risk assessment related questions, risk measurement related questions, how to define and actually give CIA rating to any asset, questions like this, questions about gap assessment, how to identify gap analysis, and questions like how you implement any control, be it for HR, be it for BCP or DR. A number of things are there, but if you will ask me, the core of all these questions will actually reside around one particular objective, and that is, how can you actually implement these controls within your organization, and how can you get the most security out of these implementations? Because if you are not getting any value, if you are not getting any security by implementing these controls, then these controls are of no use. Okay, so the main focus of the interviewer, okay, if you will ask me, will only be about the objectives, the outcomes of implementing ISO 27001, or implementing any controls, or implementing any security standard for that matter, apart from ISO 27001 as well. Because there are a number of standards out there, there are a number of security policies out there which people can actually develop, but how can you actually ensure that people are following it at the end of the day? Because there can be a number of policies which you can implement, but how can you monitor, how can you track, what are the different measures, what are the different steps that you have put in place, so that people actually have to follow those policies and procedures in place? Because if you will ask me, I have seen a lot of different organizations who are struggling with these very common phenomena, that they implement a number of policies, but again, at the end of the day, the users, they are not following those policies, and that is where the entire system collapses. Okay, so the interviewer will actually try to understand how exactly can these measures, how exactly can these controls help the organization at the end of the day. That is when the efforts, that is when your all the hard work that you have implemented, these policies and procedures will actually work at the end of the day. If they are not being followed, then they are useless. Okay, so that is where the entire interview will revolve around. And what I would like to suggest to all of you out there is, please try to understand what are the different concepts of ISO 27001. There are a number of things, and I have already uploaded more than 100 videos in this particular channel. So I would like you to go ahead and please watch all these videos, so that at the end of the day you can get all this knowledge. And in case of any questions or any concerns, please feel free to comment below and I will be happy to respond back. Thank you so much. This is Luv Johar. Thank you.